All right. Well, hope you're doing well. I was not going to do a live. I'm not really all set up yet and still moving a lot of things out of my storage and still just trying to get uh, things situated, cameras, studio, all kind of stuff. But I wanted to come on tonight because I want to kind of figure out and share a thought with you guys. Something has been really, really, really bugging me because, see, nothing in boxing happens by an accident. There's always something that led to that. There's always something that is glossed over and something that they don't want us to notice. So, I want to ask you guys if you heard the interview that one of Mayweather's buddies had shared, his account of the sparring session. Now, I just want you to actually just listen to the language. And that's what we do on this channel. We listen to language, mainly because I personally, as a young juvenile, if you will, I've been to court. Have you ever read any court papers or documents? Have you ever read the Attorney General's documents? Have you ever read anything pertaining to law? The language is so cryptic, they advise you to go get a lawyer. So when someone says anything to me, I hop on it immediately because I understand linguistics. I understand rhetoric, jargon. And when he was describing Mayweather's mitt guy, his practice buddy, he described a whole different sparring section. This sparring section or session he remembers didn't sound like what Leonard Ellerby said. If you listen to my last live, I let you listen to a third-party arbitrator who let you in on what they saw. At no given time, including Mayweather's people, Jeff Mayweather, ever said anything about Spence being hurt, some uppercut. It doesn't make sense for a big guy to hop up on a ring and tell the greatest of all times, you're backing up and giving this young kid confidence. It just doesn't make sense. Unless, like the interviewer who was interviewing Jeff, he said, would it be a stretch of the imagination for you to be honest? And I know you're biased and you're trying to think of something. He says, no, I ain't thinking of shit. Think of it. He said Spence was better than Mayweather in his second fight in as a pro. Now, I didn't hear it at first when Mayweather said he was going to relinquish the belts. I kept scratching my head. I said, why would Mayweather say he wants to relinquish the belts? Now, he's standing next to Spence when he says this. I don't think I need to pull it up again. But again, imagine if Errol Spence right now had a young guy who he sparred, and we heard he beat him, whether it been Boots or Virgil Ortiz. We would have simply said that Spence is scared. That's why he's relinquishing the belts. We say that already, and he ain't sparred nobody that can beat him. But why did we think it was okay for Mayweather to relinquish some belts? Then he's walking around trying to sell Spence's fight to Sean Porter and Thurman. Let me just share this video real quick. Now, again, I'm asking myself, what is going on? This does not make any sense. The next thing that doesn't make any sense is that Al Heyman knows Spence does not want to fight Thurman. Why would he insist in a leaked recovered video by Boxing Ego where Spence says, my advisor wants this fight. Now, here's my question I want to ask you guys. I dropped the link. Don't just stand there and looking at the girls on the dance floor. Get your ass on the floor. Come up in here if you got something to say. We're not going to be here late. So I got shit to do. But let me ask you this. Do you guys think that the WBC, who shuffled their weight in front of us, the WBC, and we all said like we blinked and we didn't see it. They said, we're going to mandate and get Steady on this out of here and let him fight Virgil. What? How? Where? When? And the WBC says you're fighting Thurman. Now, Al tells him as well, I'm going to need you to do this, man. I took some money from the WBC, and they really want this fight. Spence is feeling uncomfortable now because you my nigga. The WBA, WBC, I can let these niggas go anytime, but you my guy. Why are you forcing me into this fight? And you know I don't want it. So now you got Al Heyman, who's on public record now wanting this fight. Just think of it. You have the WBC who showed you they gonna get this fight. And yet you hear nothing from Thurman. Nothing, not even a peep. What is going on? Now, Mayweather already knew that this fight wasn't going to happen with Crawford. Was it because of Spence? No. Was it because of Crawford? Possibly. Or was it because of Al? Did Mayweather know that Al didn't want the fight with Crawford first? He wanted it with Thurman first. So he can tack on an extra 20 mil to the fight with Crawford when it comes up by raising Spence stock a little higher. I'm trying to figure out what is going on, because if boxing happens so quick and there's so many moving parts that sometimes we forget about these other sanctioning bodies and parts and members who also have influence and have big money. The WBC is rich. And you, just like me, was wondering, how do you just skip the IF and the WBA? Well, we didn't think too hard about it. We said, okay, well, them niggas, they got power. They've been around for a while. That's what happened. Does Spence feel cornered right now? I believe so. See, when you're the top guy, everybody wants a piece of you, including Max Kellerman, including, what's this guy, Andre Ward. Have you ever just asked yourself, what the hell do they got to even comment on some shit like this? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. Mayweather is behind the scenes pulling strings. And Al is in bed with him and don't know how to get out because he needs that money. PBC fighters are not bringing in no money at all right now. None of them. They're on the shelf. As much as we got our fingers crossed and we're looking for a deal, there's none to be had at this time. Gervonta Davis, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. He's the only guy really right now that's bringing some change around here. Other than Spence when he's in the ring. I'm going to tell you what I believe is happening. And I want you just to use your thinking caps for a second. So Spence spars Mayweather. He beats him. Let's not even play that game anymore. We get it. On this channel, we get it. We'll know about what everybody else doing. He loses the fight. He never got over it. Right after he loses the fight, he casually says, well, he gave me good work, but I want him to fight Sean Porter. Why? Who are you at that time, while you were still boxing with one belt, to tell Spence that he needs to fight Thurman or Sean. I'm going to tell you why he did that. Because, see, Spence was still in a very young stage to where being next to any Hall of Famer boxer would help his young two-fight in career. He wasn't seeing no money. He had to use his ashy knuckles to make something happen. But why would Mayweather say, standing next to him, I'm going to relinquish the belt? Why? What was the purpose? Was he ready to retire? Obviously not. He hadn't fought his last fight yet. Hadn't even got to McGregor yet. Why was he thinking about relinquishing a belt? I'm going to tell you why. He was the original duck. He was the original guy who had boxing stagnated for damn near a decade, picking and choosing his fights. That's what happened. So Spence claws his way to the top without Mayweather signed to his fights. Mayweather can't have that. Now, here's a guy who you guys comfortably say Mayweather is the best. He's the greatest. But then when we tell you he lost in a sparring match, oh, that was just sparring. Oh, we don't really know. As far as we know, he got knocked out. Guys, you know better than that. So he beats the guy in sparring. Mayweather's jealous. So he finds a love in Terrence Crawford. All of a sudden, Terrence is that guy. Terrence is just too technical to beat him. Well, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you beat him up in both of the sparring sessions that y'all had? Because you couldn't. Now, this was a baby Spence with no real competition and level fights yet. He ain't fighting no champions. Nigga wasn't even up to his 10th fight yet, and he beat Mayweather. Doesn't that worry y'all? That we're moving into an era of boxing that is no different than politics. Politicians get up there with their nice suit on, looking like they're well-groomed and kept human beings, doing the right thing. And you know the old saying your grandmother told you about. He's just as dirty as a politician. They just feed us bullshit. They want you as just as dumb enough to work the register and cash register, say good morning, welcome to, Jack in the Box or Wendy's or whatnot. But they don't want you smart enough to ask questions about what the hell are we selling anyway? And how does this business work? That's none of your concern. You ain't hired to think or be intelligent. We got people for that. You just run that register. You just show up and prep that food and get them cokes out. That's the way it goes. Now in boxing, people got questions and we ain't getting no answers. But they keep shoveling narratives that makes no sense. And they're wanting you to go along with it. And when you don't, you become the weirdo, not them. If you question how much Crawford really got for that fight, what would make him, out of all fights, tell us you're getting 10 million? Why would Crawford sign with a company that's got issues? Who's behind that app? I can hear him right now. What you mean? It's a Silicon Valley company. We already told you. You and me can go make a Silicon Valley company. Just go get your DBA in that town and county. Register it. Get a location. Pay rent for 2 months. And you a Silicon Valley company. And your zip code qualifies you for special loans. This is a fact. So basically, they created a house of cards. They know your ass ain't that educated. You got shit going on in your life. You ain't going to sit there and think and decipher nothing and break it down. Who in their right mind would put together a company like BLK Prime? Now, here's another interesting thing that I want you to think about. Why is Broner always the fly on the wall? As much as he can't fight, and I'm not going to listen to none of y'all. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this. Broner can't fight, period. He's a C-class fighter. There's nothing pretty about Broner. There's never a time where he get in the ring where I think something special is going to happen. I'm not that kind of guy to believe in the Knicks. No disrespect. You're not going to sell me shit on the Jets or the Mets. I don't play those games. Just as well as you're not going to sell me Adrian Broner or BLK Prime. I'm not doing that with y'all. I love you to death, but I'm not playing these games with you guys, respectfully. Now, I'm going to tell you something else. I honestly believe, and this is not negative, I'm not snitching. I'm not Terrence Crawford. I don't go pillow talking with things I talked about with other people, but I got it from some good sources, and they haven't given me 100% proof, but they've helped me. And I had my own intuition. I honestly believe that Mayweather is in control of BLK Prime behind the scenes. I'm going to say that again. I believe Mayweather is in control of BLK Prime. He went and dug up some bad business niggas. He was in Crawford's ear. Again, this is all to derail Spence. Now, if Mayweather could represent Spence, Crawford would have some hell behind him, and the industry would be against him. But Spence is on his way to passing almost all of these old niggas that's commenting on him in under 35 fights. See, most of y'all don't realize one thing at 47. 47, just so you understand, it's that model car that you always hear about. 1957 Chevy. That old 52 Ford. You know, the welterweight is the baby. And the heavyweight is too. The rest of these weight classes are just around to make it a sport. But this, honestly, we wouldn't die if it was only the welterweight and heavyweight left. But I believe if Errol the True Spence Jr., the big fish, is able to capture the WBO immediately, he is catapult to being the greatest 147 that has ever graced the gloves. They'll start talking about it. The moment somebody tries to throw in there, well, you know, Mayweather, you can't, what you mean? How y'all going to say that about Mayweather? And that's when the ugly conversation happens and the truth must come out. Well, he would have beat Mayweather. How you going to say something like that? Because he whipped his ass twice in sparring, blacked his eye. Gervonta knows the truth. Everybody that gave their account knows the truth. Not everybody told the truth. Just imagine no one at 147 where all the greats be, and they're always swimming over there. They have never done what he's about to do in the full belt. And honestly went through the champions at 147. See, some people go and get belts at 68, then come down to 47 and talk about they the king of 47. Fam, you got 3 fights in at 47. Or they fight at 40, 35, 28. They come up to 47, get 2 fights in, and they are pound for pound champion. They take the easy road. That's the real easy road. It's not easy to be a Shakur Stevenson and come in at 47. No, you want to stay a little nigga, knowing you look cute. Oh, he's a little cute guy. You know, Gervonta's that only nigga that's about ready for the 47. In fact, he's talking about fights at 47 with Crawford. He said, I knocked that nigga out about the 5th or 6th. He know if he get hit by me, he gone. It's, whoa, man, this little nigga talking shit. Y'all forgot Crawford is a little nigga too? Spence know that. And he know he gonna murder him without telling what I did to Mayweather. That's what we got as our secret weapon. We want you to come in there with all that switch hitting, all that beautiful shit they put on you, all that icing, and let them hit that bell. First round, you're going to see the high rate. I can guarantee anybody $50,000. $50,000 Spence takes the first round against Crawford. None of y'all gonna argue that. You know he starts slow. Understand what the second round looks like. It's a good round, but we give it to Spence because of the high work rate. Crawford averages around 37 to 40 punches a round. Spence averages, listen to the number, bro. With the best jab and best body work, you're averaging 62 punches a round? That shit is high work rate. Now imagine he tones it up just a little bit. We're talking about 66 to 68 punches a round. Total that up in 12 rounds. He just threw 100 something extra. Out of that 120, let's say he threw extra, he's going to land 80 of them because he is one of the most accurate punchers in boxing right now. What are we saying to you guys? I'm going to tell you what we're saying to you. We are only doing the bidding of the boxing world. They want you to build an invisible narrative about Crawford beating Spence. I lost all respect for Crawford's craft, not as the person, but as the boxer. And I'm willing to say to this day, I believe Spence will dust the floor. He used to be up there where I said, you don't want Crawford right now. Leave Crawford alone. No. He will dust that guy as Spence will. And I'll be honest with you, you fuck around with Thurman and get in there and playing with him. Because, okay, you let Sean take you a little bit. And then, Sean was on that goofy shit. Not knowing most of y'all that Sean had messed up his spine in that fight with Spence. That's why his father knew he didn't have the tools to do it. He was already hurt and was ready to retire. He didn't have enough pay, though. Kenny needed that money. So did he and the family. I ain't mad at them. I would have did the same thing. And that's why he threw that towel. He never threw the towel in, but he knew that Sean was hurt. Now go back and watch. This is why Spence is the most dangerous boxer other than Deontay Wilder in the last 10 years. I'm going to tell you why. If you seen the way he hit Sean, it looked like he just, he hit him hard. And, Sean said, shit, that ain't nothing. The nigga glove went down. And he was gone for a second. Now, imagine when he went down, right? If Spence would have stepped forward and took 2 more hits while his hand was touching that, just a bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? You know how that sometimes they do that. They hit you. They don't know if you're down or not. And he just keep coming. The ref immediately jumped in and backed him up. Come on, count 1, 2, get yourself to ready. Imagine they did not back off of Spence when he rocked him like that. He would have wailed off even though he wasn't at his best. Spence would have wailed off on him. Y'all didn't see that, did you? Right? Not only did you not see that, you didn't see the way Sean's neck turned. He could have broke his neck. His neck went the wrong way at the wrong time. And that's what took him down to the ground. His spinal said, I know that feeling. It ain't going to bother you right now. Tomorrow, when that bitch swell up on you, and they go and tell you that they got to realign you. They got to do this. They got to do that. Nobody wants to tell those facts. Nobody. Same thing with Kale. He didn't lose it all when he fought against Triple G. He did good against Triple G. Triple G was just a bigger guy. He tried to pull a Crawford and go up and fight Triple G the same way Crawford's trying to go up and fight Spence. And so Kel couldn't continue. He didn't get waxed like that. Don't let him lie to you. But when he went up against Spence, something happened that ain't never happened to Kel. He got whipped like a dog with nowhere to run. He got the life whipped out of him. This guy hits harder than y'all think. And he had to recover from that. Danny Garcia was more hurt than what they said. That's why he took a long hiatus. I'm telling you what I know, man. And I'm actually worried, like I was worried for Pacquiao. I don't want to see Pacquiao leave the way he's trying to leave. He's playing with fire. Marquez knocked him out, and he don't hit as hard as Spence. I honestly believe he would have chased Manny Pacquiao back to the dressing room. On God, bro, y'all are crazy. Did you see what he did to Ugas? Ugas barely beat. I mean, he beat Pacquiao, but shit, it wasn't that. See, y'all, see, man, this is what I'm talking about, man. I gotta find me a better church than this, guys. Listen, respectfully, I believe Pacquiao had leg problems, but Pacquiao couldn't even find the opening, man. He was teeing off on that nigga like he was a low nigga. And then this same nigga gets in there with Spence and he can't find a punch. According to your eyes, I know why he didn't find the punch. Because Spence hit so hard. I saw this the first time I saw him fight. I said, I know it because I used to fight. I used to fight in the street. I used to slap box damn near professionally. They used to get niggas from all around, yo, come slap box so and so. Them niggas over there know how to slap box. Y'all remember that? We used to be cold out there. I'm going to tell you just like this. I honestly believe that Spence is going to have to, unfortunately, fight Thurman and Jerron in his boots. And the only reason why I believe he may not fight Boots is because Bozy and them will find a way themselves after they see what happens to Thurman. They just don't know if they need to do this. Because you can hear it in Bozy right now. It's like, just let Spence go, man. Let the nigga move up. And this is another point I wanted to make. Do you know what he has coming? Boots got a hard road ahead of him, bro. Gervonta ain't going nowhere, just so you know. Haney and them boys only going to move up. You going to get tough fights. Just hang around, pal. His fights will be tougher than Spence and Crawford once they're gone. Shakur going to move up. They all are going to meet at 147. That's every boxer's goal. They bullshit you. Pacquiao, what did he start at? What, 119, 80 pounds? He moved himself up, and where did he stop? 147. Sugar Ray, where do they fight? Because that's where it's at. These guys, they know who this kid is. It's we who don't give him his flowers. We can't see it somehow. We're watching a guy who's perfect like us, who gets some good cooch, I'm sure. I mean, you just look at what he's dealing with. You know he be hanging with real niggas out there. You know, gets a little testy out there. Nice music. I got cars, my own place. Got a baby mama. You know, who says I can't get none of that sometimes when I feel like it. I don't know. A bunch of bitches at a party, hanging out with Boosie and Finesse 2 times, and, you know, the princes and everybody hanging out here with Yellow Beezy. There's a lot of bitches in the building, man. I would get carried away just like you would. It's easy for niggas, Crawford, to act like he's a nun because you ain't with them niggas. You don't know them niggas like that. Even Shakur, he get caught up at times. He was at events he had no business being. It happens, guys. Look at Gervonta. Shit is going to happen, period. Look, you see Mayweather always involved with the goddamn law. Bernard Hopkins, a damn felon. Tyson in jail. The greats always have a hard time. Why do we sit there? Now, listen. We talk about Spence as if, no disrespect to Mike Tyson, he didn't have a lot of controversy. Nigga was said to be a rapist. I never bought into that one. A gambler, a womanizer, a woman beater, a hustler. They said, oh, he's selling drugs. He's controlling the gang members. Man, back in the day, they had that Brownsville Mike. They had a lot of rough shit to say about that nigga. Coked up. Sound like that nigga was a straight demon. Now, Spence ain't even doing half the shit Mike Tyson doing. Now we respect the nigga. That's how the black community is. We necromancers. We'll kill our own for a laugh. We'll put our own down until he's broken, and then we'll try to bring him back. We'll love him after the fact, but not when they're in the trenches with us, fighting for our lives, fighting for their lives to entertain us. We're never entertained. And some of you should feel ashamed of yourself that you didn't have enough guts and nuts to stand up and be a real boxing contributor. Tell the truth about what you see and what you're hearing. Of course, it's fun to bullshit. I don't know how many guys I sit back and listen while I'm on other chats and panels. I'm saying, does anybody see this shit? This nigga gets up there and talking about how he drinking, hanging with Trap Boy Freddy and all them niggas. And I'm saying, well, what is this? How is this important and relevant to the fight? I ain't saying no names because I just not right now. But all of the guys who claim to be them niggas, 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, they talking crazy. Those be the ones with the smaller channels talking the most crazy shit. Trying to find their way up. This is just like boxing, by the way, YouTube too. You're in the low rankings, your ass ain't getting that Showtime money, that YouTube money. So you go and you do crazy shit. Crazy shit. Jason, what's going on, baby? He says, do you know Boosie said that Crawford will beat Spence all day? I'm not surprised. I've heard people say crazy shit before, including Boosie. I'm not surprised. Now, he's a guy that's not even relevant, honestly, when it comes down to boxing. But did you hear what Boosie said? He said out of his mouth, I know Spence want that fight. See, he's in the middle of this shit. He hear things we ain't gonna never hear. He said, but I'm gonna tell you what Crawford did. He said, I would have never did that. See, Boosie being nice. Talk to Boosie with the cameras off in Philly. He'd tell you, man, that nigga full of shit. On God. Talk to Kenny. That's why they were shocked when Kenny Porter came out and said Spence will beat Crawford. Shit, we need to know why, bro. Because we respect your ass. You've been in this shit for decades. Kenny been doing this shit when you and I was in diapers. We ain't never heard of him. Ishmael Silas, I keep bringing these guys up because I'm trying to show the newer guys who are coming into this thing and hearing these arguments. You got credible guys who are CPAs telling you about your taxes. Then you got some other niggas in a bar giving you their opinion. Who you going to listen to? The freaking CPAs, right? The guys at Jackson Hewitt, right? The people who know this shit. Boosie put his money on fights and said he would bet the house on Crawford. Okay. But now check this out. Boosie know better. And he bullshitting you. He talking the fight up. Boosie know better. He would not put no house up on no damn Crawford. He ain't got that much faith in him. Tyson, you can do shit like that. But you can't do that with these guys here. You might can do it with Mayweather. But Mayweather never purely fought the fights that was in front of him. He relinquished belts more than anybody in the game right now. He know when not to go down that avenue, let you talk your shit. He here for the money. He don't give a fuck what you talking about. At first, I thought, Thurman can't really do it. Yelling at Mayweather. I don't know. See, sometimes it's not you can win the fight. Because no disrespect to Gervonta Davis. He beat Pitbull Cruz. But he beat that nigga. And I don't give a fuck if his hand was messed up. Nigga, you almost didn't get out of that fight. When they asked him, I liked his response. They said, will you fight Pitbull Cruz? The nigga said, hell no. No, he didn't say no because he don't deserve it. Nigga, I beat you. Like he said about that other dude, Rolly Romero. He said that nigga didn't even qualify, bro. He couldn't even get to this or that. He didn't really hit me. Why would I fight him again? No, no. But they asked him about Pitbull Cruz. And I think Shakur better watch himself. Don't fool around with Pitbull, man. He another Texas boy, Mexican. Don't fool around with Pitbull Cruz. See, guys, Pitbull, and he loves Spence too. And Spence love him. I'm going to tell you why Pitbull is my guy. Pitbull is going to hurt you. Pitbull is going to walk you down, and he's going to hit you. He's going to hit. A lot of guys don't understand that concept. I said it before, and it went over niggas' head because they were so busy talking. Slow it down and listen to the language. Pitbull Cruz is going to hit you. Now imagine you beat everybody on your block, and somebody told you there's a nigga up the street. We want you to fight him. But the difference is, them other guys you beat, you was almost like Mayweather. They ain't put a paw on you. Just about. A little punch here and there. You know, a little Sugar Shane Mosley. But that wasn't shit, man. You know, Mayweather didn't have any issues in that fight, to be honest with you. He might have got a little sloppy, you know, a little testy. But you get in a fight with this guy now, and you looking okay. Now, we're not used to looking okay, but you're looking okay. But we are starting to get a little worried here because that guy hit you quite a bit, and you running. But we still kind of got you up. That's how Pitbull is. And that's what I'm telling you about Crawford that y'all are not seeing. Spence is going to hit you. There is no blocking, and there's not enough footwork. I'm going to quote Leonard Ellaby because God knows, hallelujah, he said it the best. He said, you better have something to keep him off of you. He didn't say you can use good footwork. He didn't say you can run because the ring gets small when Spence. He have studied cutting people off better than anybody I've ever seen. With him, it's a different cutoff. Guys try to cut you off. David Avenesian tried to cut you off. Sean tried to cut you off. They wild, goofy, throwing, you know, Mayweather, the guy who almost beat Mayweather, Madonna. Them niggas cut off, and they hit hard too. But Spence is better than Madonna. You saw what Madonna did to Mayweather. He damn near buckled that nigga. He had to get that nigga a rematch. Because even though we won it, we was like, yo, that's the point. Is when a guy, so think of Mayweather as Crawford. Spence is a higher breed of Madonna. Did y'all see Mayweather get hit? You wasn't used to see him get punched like that. He could barely take it. What made you think Rona was going to do something? Now, Spence is a better puncher than Madonna. He's got more power, better body work, a better jab. Now you understand why Mayweather lost. I'm asking you to do the same thing. Understand why Crawford will lose. It ain't that he ain't never fought a guy like this. Crawford has never been beat up before. It takes a real fighter, a real man to take them hits and do the rope-a-dope. You better know it because there is no running. The rope-a-dope is needed. See, that is why Muhammad Ali had to use that as well. He could have just made a miss. That wasn't going to work because the guy is going to chase you down. You got to take his hits. If you're telling me, then I'll listen to you, that Crawford can take those hits all over his body. Mayweather couldn't do it. Your Denny's couldn't do it. He's going to be the one. Them punches is a joke. Like, Spence, well, you ain't got nothing. I told y'all, you have actually let Bud convince you that you're going to see for the first time Spence look so sloppy, look so drunk, that we gave him too much credit. And somehow Crawford's going to walk out the ring as that nigga is just a sweet science since Pernell Whitaker. That's what y'all trying to get us to believe. Now, Leonard Ellaby, he knows better. And he hopes that Terrence Crawford knows what he's doing because I saw what happened to Mayweather. Ishmael Salas said, look, I know what I said last time. He said, but do you understand something about you, Dennis? He beat Crawford twice. He beat Pacquiao. Thurman couldn't do it. He beat Pacquiao. This guy gets a ring with Spence and looks like a snowman. He's not moving. You know why you don't understand what happened? Because you wasn't at the fight like I was. Even though you can hear it on YouTube, I'm telling you, from where I was sitting, it wasn't that close and it wasn't that far away. Each hit sounded like somebody was getting hit with a bat. I'm serious. To where somebody asked me, what is that noise? Is there a microphone on the gloves? I said, no, there's no microphone on the gloves. That's his hits sounding like that. And the people who said that they was up on the fight, the hits was so fucking loud. They couldn't understand what the hell is going on here. And all you saw was him standing there. Now, how many of you have been jumped before? How many of you been in a fight where they some fucking work and all you could do was block? Because you don't want that face to get hit. And every time you try to fight back, you get hit. This is what Spence did to Mayweather. To the point where Mayweather was literally running out of the ring. Somebody had to stand up there and say, motherfucker, everybody listen, nigga. Like Rocky Balboa, get your shit together, champ. You're the guy. You're running. You're giving him confidence. That's a nice way of putting it, saying you're letting him whip your ass. They just sat, they got quiet. They couldn't say nothing. They just sat there and watched. The buzzer went off. Spence takes his gloves off. The clock sets over. And Spence looks at everybody's face. Looked like they saw a ghost. This nigga got 2 fights in. And he gave you the ass whooping of your life. So imagine if he didn't lose, as I told you before. Why would you let the guy get out who's not talking no shit? He takes his gloves off and he walks out and you call him a bitch. Not punk or pussy, a bitch. What does that tell you? He was embarrassed. Spence said, really? Cut the clock off this time. Ooh. Wait, there's no limit here? Nope. Until one of us dropped. You know the doghouse rules. If Mayweather got out of the ring, what does that mean? One of them. Now, when we drop information like this, you're the judge. I'm just the attorney or the prosecutor. My job is to prove to you that these guys are bullshitting and take apart this case. And to point out the things you possibly overlooked. That's why when Jeff tells the story, Jeff Mayweather, of what happened at the sparring session, he starts off with saying, well, he was an Olympian. He was young. We had just ate some pumpkin pie. Mayweather was on his way out. He had just fought some other guys. When is he going to get to the point? So he got in there and he gave him some of the best work, but nobody really got hurt or lost anything. It was just a break even. Wait a minute. That don't sound like that to me. And then Jeff Mayweather says it was just different because everybody Mayweather has sparred up until that time, he beat easily. He dominated them. That's what he said. He said, but this time, no one got dominated. What, they were just standing, dancing around, swinging, missing at the air? Do you think that's what happened? Or do you think Errol Spence does what he always does? He runs in there, goes at that body. Mayweather doing that old shoulder roll bullshit, right? and then he gets clocked in the mouth. What? Oh, shit. All right? Nigga trying to push him back, but you can't. The clock is off. You know the body snatcher. What up, bop, bop, boom. Upstairs. Jab, jab, jab. What up, bop, boom. Body. Jab, jab. What up, bop, boom. This nigga running. Why? You got better hands than Crawford. Why would you run? As an expert, you at the top of the game in sparring with this man with 2 fights in. Why would somebody have to jump on the ropes to tell you to stop running? Are y'all following me? Is the jury in tonight? I can't sleep because they're bullshitting. Now, what Karen Battle says, he said, bro, you know damn well he helped money with his fight. He just got off jail, and I would bet $1 million on Floyd. Floyd would beat their ass like Canelo. Listen, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I like Canelo. He's my number 2, number 3 fighter. Spence will demolish Canelo. He knows it. Don't believe the hype, brother. Spence will demolish most of the guys, including DeAndre, whatever his name is, DeAndre Andres and whatever, Andres. Spence will wipe the floor with, what's the guy that's fighting now? Caleb. Look, man, guys, y'all don't understand, man. This guy will wipe the floor with Charlo. No disrespect to Charlo. I'm telling you what I know, bro. I'm telling you what's in the industry. What's out there already. He fought him already. Fam, you don't get it. A lot of these niggas that Charlo's fighting, Spence will wipe the fucking floor with them. That's why he moving up, because he hungry. The bigger fish is getting bigger. You don't want him when he's bigger too. He hits like that at 47. He gets to eat now and strength train. You got a real problem on your hands, man. This nigga will bring fear to the entire 154. The moment he steps up, fear will run through 150. Even Charlo. He knows Spence will take that fight. He let us know. He didn't have to say that to us. He just shows you who he is. Mayweather got beat in sparring. Canelo will die in a ring with Spence. Canelo just comes at you. Bozy said it. Boots want him, but Boots gonna come too late. Boots ain't gonna get him. Boots will wipe the floor with Canelo. Do him worse than Mayweather. Mayweather had no power, and he was busy looking good and backing up and making sure he didn't get hit. He did the right fight. There was no way with all of them supposed great hits he did, he even came close to making us think that Canelo was even hurt. Canelo was just a dumb bull, and the guy had the red sheet, the matador, and he just goofy ass nigga just keep running. Strong ass bull, can't even catch me like Bugs Bunny. That's all Mayweather did with Canelo. Spence? Let me just explain to you how that fight go. Have you ever seen Canelo run? I'm going to tell you right now, when that fight starts, how it looks. The first, it starts out, Canelo, you know how he always doing this, looks like he trained with Rocky Balboa and shit, you know. That Mayweather fight gave him some, you know, balls, because he used to be doing cute shit in the ring, like with Beaver. Nigga, what the fuck? This nigga got a jab. Beaver has the second best jab in the game right now behind Spence. And this nigga in here with this dude, who Spence will wipe the floor with as well, but that will be a great fight. But Spence will get that nigga out of there, I'm telling you, by the 9th round. You keep wondering why I'm telling you he's the greatest of all time in the 147. Guys, we're watching something right now, and they got us believing that we on some whole shit. We just chasing this nigga. He's a hoe. He's a bitch. We gay and all this other goofy shit. Fam, I love when a sport comes back and we get a guy like a John Morant. It gives me joy when we get a Chris Brown, when we get a Errol Spence. To me, it doesn't matter what black folks is involved with. If it's a genre and we participate in it, I always love the guys who are special. Spence, I'm telling you, fam, is special, Jack. He gets in there with Canelo. In the first and second round, all you see is Canelo getting hit with two pieces. Jab, 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 pop. Jab, 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 pop. Jab, 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 pop. Jab, 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 pop. Jab, jab. Now, here's the scary part about it. I don't even want to know what it looks like in the third round. Because I believe at that time, Spence would have had enough of this nigga right here and had look all through his soul. And he would know that this guy, I'm going to tell you something. Hallelujah. Manny Pacquiao. I got to give this nigga some props. Somebody called Pacquiao up. Tag him in this shit. I got to put some goddamn respect on Pacquiao's name. He was the first one that said it. When he was in a press conference with Errol Spence Jr. before he had the eye surgery, he said, why are you taking advice from Mayweather? He said this, Pacquiao. He said, you better than him. Hold on. Let me call Pacquiao. Let me get this phone. Y'all playing with me. Get the damn phone out. Y'all playing with me, man. Matter of fact, no, okay. Because he in the Philippines right now. Give it another hour, they'll be up. I ain't gonna call his house right now. Listen, have you ever heard Pacquiao say to any fighter that they was better than Mayweather? See, little shit like this, y'all don't be fucking with my channel. And yo, bro, I don't give you my opinion. If somebody could check, I'll put my Cash App out here. I'll pay you. I swear to God. If you can find that Pacquiao did not say that Spence is better on national television in a press conference, they was both wearing suits, I believe. He said, sitting right across from him, when a commentator asked him, how do you feel, Spence, that Mayweather's giving you credit and telling you how to beat Pacquiao? He said, well, I don't really listen to what he's saying. I know what I got to do. I mean, I guess it's cool. Pacquiao said, look, you don't need, he looked right at Spence in his eye. He said, you don't need nothing from Mayweather. He said, you're better than him. Am I lying? Pacquiao said that. That's when I said, wait a minute, something about this here don't add up now. Who the devil is Errol Spence Jr.? Really? Pacquiao never said that about any, bro. Coming from a legend, bro, you don't got to be Jordan. If Magic Johnson or Isaiah Thomas told you, yo, you special, bro, you're going to be with the greatest or one of the greatest basketballs that has ever played this game. You telling me that don't count for something, bro? If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar told you that, if Bill Russell told you that, if Reggie Miller told you that, you would not feel that. If LeBron James told you that, Kobe told you that, you would not feel that holds weight. Pacquiao said that he was better than Mayweather. Did Pacquiao hear about the sparring match? Uh-oh. Somebody call E Thriller. Because he's supposedly, they said he's the guy for Crawford. He's the guy for Crawford. I said, oh, okay. I said, I hope they understand that I got a jab. If I'm going to go for Spence, I got the same type, fam. I'm just saying, I respect the wolf pack. I'm not talking crazy. Guys, you're going to have to prove it by me, baby. Clarissa Shields said it. I'm throwing out names of people who commented on Earl. Not commentators like Timothy Bradley and these other weird niggas that be tripping and shit like that. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the niggas that either fought him, their trainers, other greats. You understand me? I'm looking at some of these comments. There's a lot of them. Hold on. He said falsehood. Wait, Ronald, what happened? Falsehood is still falsehood. If everybody believes in it and truth is still truth, if nobody believes in it, I guess you're right. Jason Grant says, if you think Spence is better than Floyd Mayweather, I can't take it. Fam. See, guys like you, fam, is why I love to do what I do. Jason, let me tell you something, bro. What's that nigga name that got knocked out by Mayweather? That nigga from Europe? Hatton. You a Ricky Hatton, fam. I will out you, fam, in the second round, bro. I will give you a Deontay Wilder, fam. Did you not just see? This is the type of shit that I'm talking about, man. You go listen to Kevin Samuels, man. His first beginnings when he was talking to the men, not the women. You need a coach. Guy, don't you respect Pacquiao? The nigga told him he was better than Mayweather, son. I didn't say that. Pacquiao said it. Don't tell me he don't. That nigga's the top 5, top 3 all time of welterweights. The only one that I'm seeing that could pass him is Spence. I give number 2 to Mayweather. I really want to give it to Pacquiao, but I'll give it to Mayweather. I'm saying it'll be in this order: Spence, Mayweather, Pacquiao, or Pacquiao. Then we can go down there. It'll be Boots. Or Boots will pass one of them and he'll go up to number 2, number 3, something like that at 47. Boots is another one. He didn't take the easy road going down there to fight at 128 and all this other goofy shit. He come right up in a welterweight, nigga. Big nigga. That's why he big like that, because he started off letting his body grow big. See, the guys, when they shrink their body and keep it that long, you mess it up. That's why Spence know, I got to go. I'm growing. Y'all think he walking around fat. No, he's not, dummy. That's why they say I'm killing myself to do it. I can put myself, I've done it many times. I'm actually right now, I believe I'm about 198 to about 205. I can bring my body down to 157 or 154. 140 is going to be real hard for me, but I can shrink my man straight. I've done it. I'm a vegetarian now. When I was on my raw diet and I was working out and I just wasn't eating some days, I was just getting sunlight and water. And jumping rope, my shit went down like I sweated like a hoe, bro, like a pig, fam. My shit shrunk in days and minutes, on God. But my body as a full-grown man is kind of comfortable around 170, 185, maybe 190 the most. To stay thin, agile, but still got some heavy weight on me, like my man Deontay Wilder. That's kind of my weight. Anything else other than that, I just don't like my performance. This guy says, if I say that Spence is better than Mayweather, something's wrong with me. He act like I'm talking about Sean Porter, guys. Or David Avanesian. Fam, we talking about Spence, bro. Go run back to your master. Go run back to your boss and tell him what I said. Crawford doesn't stand a chance. He's not even better than Boots. As far as I'm concerned, I don't even know if he can beat Ugas. I don't give Ugas bad look. Everybody he fought, if you ask me, I don't know who beat Ugas other than Spence. Wasn't Sean Porter or Keith Thurman or Danny and any of them boys. They say he lost. I don't know about all that. Neither do y'all. That's why he's a tough outing. Can take them so-called losses and still have the WBA. Because them shits was controversial. Just the way they gave Timothy Bradley that goddamn fight. Pacquiao whipped that nigga ass. We had to sit there and look at that shit. Okay, fine, damn. Did you not see that? And what do? They're trying to get better. They show you shit in your face and tell you it's not what you saw. And you said, fam, go back and look at the fight. Fam, I just seen him beat the shit out of Timothy. Where did he win? How? That's what we don't want boxing to go back to. And I believe that a guy like you who could hear that Pacquiao knows what really happened and everybody else does. I know what happened. So that's why I'm telling you. Spence, and at the end of the day, when he leaves, I guarantee you, other niggas will speak for that nigga because he a real nigga. And they'll say, yo, that nigga truly, God, to be honest with you, that nigga was the best 147er, bro, that has ever put them fucking gloves on, bro. At the end of the day, bro, and real niggas like Kenny Porter gonna say it. Real niggas like Ishmael Salas gonna say it. And he said this. Just imagine, Ishmael Salas said this, Ugas trainer, if that Spence fights Crawford, he said it's lights out. Pacquiao said, you're better than Mayweather. And this fucking jerk comes on here saying that I'm crazy for saying this. And I got 2 motherfucking certified Hall of Famers, 3, 4, and 5, who are backing up what I'm saying. And I'm the weird nigga. Do you see what I'm telling you guys? This is this freaking left-wing ideology bullshit. Fuck up the Black Panther bullshit. These niggas are crazy, fam. And they're making it seem like we're the weirdos. Like we don't see BLK Prime. Like we don't see that their business practice. Was you crazy? Like we didn't see his pay stub. The nigga got $2 million, fam, to fight David Avenesian that nobody knew on the app. That the banner behind him was wrinkled, fam. What you talking about, bro? I'm from New York. Don't you ever talk to me like that, cuz. And I'm up in Funky Town, Fort Worth, nigga, with TCU. Don't talk to that nigga. We up. Fuck is wrong with you? Out here in DeSoto, my G. I'm only barking on you because you acting crazy now. Niggas trying to talk boxing and y'all keep coming with this weird shit, man. Go listen to Miss Cleo, man. I didn't have to be on here talking tonight, but this shit worries me. That this is the foolishness that kills sports. Guys like this. He's probably a bot or Terrence Crawford guy. That's who you are. You didn't come to talk boxing. You came to fool around, didn't you? Got nothing else to do. Got no facts. You don't even know Terrence Crawford's champions he beat. You just on his goddamn noodle, aren't you? Fucking guy, this guy here. You are a real tomato can. You don't even know boxing. Come on, Jason. Tell me what's up. You know good and well that the WBO belt sucks right now. He ain't that shit against nobody. Go ahead, light your cigarette, buddy. Get you some wine if you got any cheap wine left over. You're gonna need it. Nobody's stupid out here. Bomac know what's up. They don't want to fight Spence. Real niggas see that shit. Skip Bayless. I don't know. I don't know about Skip. But if you ask me, Skip is a freaking another one of them. It's all of them, bro. It's not just Timothy Bradley, bro. It's the cartel, bro. This is what they do. They derail sports. No, you are a fanboy. I'm a fanboy. What's wrong with being a fanboy? I don't even know what that language is. You understand me? But what you talking about? Bro, if you would have caught me a few years back, I'd have been talking about Winky Wright this way. Or Bernard Hopkins. Because I go back. Or Tito. I go back in boxing, fam. I just don't play Sega anymore, cuz. You understand me? I do other shit now. I like stocks and writing books and shit, nigga. Traveling and I still try to keep my hand, but I don't have a basketball team no more. That's odd. I just don't do it anymore. I don't got a football team. Maybe I'm coming back to do something, but I'm with college. I'm at TCU. I ain't fooling with nobody else. Baseball is boring. I use all of the greats, but it's not fun anymore. There's nothing wrong with that. I was a fanboy for Tyson. Tell him, Karen, this nigga out of control. Bro, this ain't that type of channel, bro. You can come over here and throw a jab and not get KO'd, fam, quickly. Because we talk boxing over here, fam. We don't take tools out and have a mess, nigga, and we just changing the light bulb. We don't need to do all that shit. Flexing for no reason. I'm going to get out of here. But I know what I know. I know what I know. And I'm going to tell you what I know. Spence is the greatest 147 that has ever put on the gloves. Now, when he get to 154 and all the other stuff, I don't know. I'm not in that right now. That's where I stop. No disrespect to Spence. And that's where I go to Boots. I'm a 147 guy. This channel should be 147. I'm not talking about any other weight class, fam. Unless the heavyweights start doing something again. Other than that, I don't care about the other weight classes. It's just journey weight class. There's only two guys that excite me out there other than Spence. I ain't saying pause. Fuck that. It's 2023. Fuck that. It's pause. Fuck that shit. Look, Javon, he's a real guy. I'm liking that kid. And God knows I hope he stays in boxing right now and keep doing good. Because we need him. It's not enough for these two guys to carry boxing. Everybody else is okay to watch. Even Deontay Wilder, he took away a lot of luster because that guy was bringing it back. He's still got a shot to do it if he. And I don't know, man. Going up against my boy, man, Mexican boy. I don't know, boy. He one of my favorites too, fam. That nigga hit hard. He out never in shape though, but I mean, it is what it is. This is boxing now. I don't know what more we need to say on this. I think we're just going to start talking about other things because I got other concerns. In fact, I don't even have time for Crawford anymore, to be honest with you. What the hell I want to talk about Crawford for? You got other niggas coming up now. They're selling fights. They're taking dangerous fights. Why talk about Crawford? And he's running with the WBO. Crawford could make this real simple and say, look, I got the WBO. I don't know who I'm going to fight next, but they got to be a top 2 or a top 1. How come Boots is saying that? Boots is saying, I want the top. We're taking nothing less. All right, my boy, I'm about to let you up in here. I'm about to mute my mic so you can go ahead, fam.
No, I don't have much to say. Yo. You can't hear me? Hello? You're not going to say nothing? I don't know if you can hear me, though. Nah, so pretty much, I don't know. I don't know what that title's crazy in my opinion. But, like, all I got to say is, though, I remember your channel because we used to go back and forth when it came to, like, the boots conversation because you used to give him, like, business advice and stuff like that. So that's what I remember your channel from. Remember we went back and forth and come to like IOTBA and stuff. I was just like, I don't remember your channel. But now I remember you because I went to your channel when you were going crazy on me on IOTBA, and you're just like, oh, I know you're a troll. Da 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 da. I'm just like, I don't remember you from anywhere. And then I was like, oh yeah, the boots videos I used to make. Can you hear me or no?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I can hear you now.
All right. So what's going on?
Yeah, you just snapped on me and I didn't remember who you were, and then I was like, oh yeah, nah, the videos you used to drop on
Nah,
boots.
my fault. The only reason why I was kind of snappish because I'm like, wait a minute, you don't know me? Like we never crossed paths
No,
or been
that's
together?
100%. That's my fault. That's 100% my fault. Because like I think
I
I
thought you were
commented on.
just like trying to make me look dumb.
No,
I
no, no,
was like,
no.
oh, this that
No.
bullshit.
If I remember you, I would have remembered you for no problem. I'm not a troll, for the most
All
part.
right, so let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear about the sparring session with Spence and Mayweather?
Yeah, I have a weird theory when it comes to that. I feel like
Wait,
they
before
lied
you
about it.
begin, you heard
Okay.
about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear multiple accounts?
Only as of recent.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I have a weird theory. I feel like the Spence and Mayweather spar. I feel like it wasn't in Spence's favor. They made it seem like it to boost Spence's career because that's pretty much his crowning achievement before he got a championship. Oh, that's the guy that beat up Mayweather. Oh, that's the guy that gave Mayweather some good work. Oh, that's the guy this, that, and the third. Just to boost his career. And then Mayweather was cool with it. But what actually happened is Mayweather took him to school. But I could be wrong. I could be super wrong. But that's just a theory that I have. It may be weird, but
All right, let me ask you a
kind of.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know when people are lying to you if they're in your face?
Yes.
When you heard the accounts about the people who were there, did you notice when people started lying, they started describing the atmosphere to you, then describing the fight? The people who told you the truth and that Spence won, they just told you about the fight. They didn't
Mm-hmm.
talk about who else was there and what the weather was like and how many fights Spence had. They just go right into telling you what happened.
Mm. Yeah, I know, sir.
Now, Jeff Mayweather, he was the greatest example that I use because he said that nobody won.
My man
And
is
when the guy
sparring.
asked him, what do you mean by that? Because the interviewer, he knew what Pacquiao knew because word circulated. Now, I know you may have a weird theory, but I'm telling you, the people who gave the account of what happened and the way Mayweather was behaving after that sparring session told me everything.
Oh.
Now, Mayweather was trying to take Spence around and get him a fight, like Al Heyman couldn't do it. And he said on public TV, I want him to fight Sean Porter and I want him to fight Thurman. Why wouldn't Mayweather say, I want him to fight me?
I mean, his hands were like pretty much nothing at that point. And he became super champion in the WBA to not fight Thurman. Even though I think he would beat Thurman, it would be a tough out though.
I can't qualify that because I think it's that Thurman could have beat him.
Really?
Bro, have you seen one time fight at least? Have you seen at least 6 different fights from Keith Thurman?
Yes, sir.
Keith Thurman is up in the top rankings for a reason.
He's
If
he's
Keith
not like he
Thurman,
used to be.
if
I'll say
Keith
that.
Thurman beat Sean Porter, don't matter how he did it, and beat everybody else other than Pacquiao when he was there, you have to respect him, bro.
No,
And
no doubt.
until we find out further, you can't say he can't beat Mayweather. We seen Madonna damn near beat Mayweather, and they didn't give it to him because they left it to the judges. If you leave it to the judges, generally with a champion, the rule goes they get to fight. But you don't want to do that because it could be a no contest. I mean, a draw. But they gave it to Mayweather. So much that Mayweather gave the nigga a rematch. Why would you give him a rematch if you don't need it? Because you know you lost. It's the only way people are really giving out rematches. I'm not gonna beat you and then go give you another shot. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't y'all believe it? That's my only problem. Why can't you believe that Spence is actually the guy that we're saying he is? What stops you from believing that?
No, I don't not believe it. It's just I have a weird theory on it, but I could be wrong.
Well,
It's not
why
as
do you
old.
get a weird theory if Errol Spence Jr. has the best jab at 147? He has the best body work at 147.
Yeah, I'll give you that. But against who though? Flat-footed fighters.
Obviously, against Mayweather,
Nah, nah,
I'm not
nah.
trying to convince you. People, if you're watching, this is what we have to deal with. Boxing nerd, he doesn't want to come over. He wants to remain on the fence. And we can't force him to do it.
Hold on, I'm not saying Errol Spence isn't a great fighter. He's a great fighter. He's pound for pound.
I don't need you to tell me that I know that. I need you to acknowledge that Crawford can't beat him. And if you can't
Oh,
acknowledge that, I need you to tell me what could Crawford do, as Leonard Ellaby said, to at least hold Spence off of him. What do you think Crawford could do in the ring with Spence?
whoa! Did you just say Crawford can't beat him?
I said that. Tell me, while the people is listening, what will Crawford do to beat him? We're listening.
All right, footwork, counter punching. That's all he needs. And he has punching power. He's going to hurt Spence. And you're going to be dead wrong. That's what's going to happen. See
Guys, did you hear what
when
he just said? He said he has footwork. Do
footwork
you
and
think
counterpunch.
Mayweather doesn't have footwork?
Yes.
So why did he leave with a black eye and lose 2 times in a sparring session?
Because he was like 40 plus.
Okay, I'll
It's not
take
rocket
that.
science.
I'm okay with that.
And his
But
hands
that's
are
not what they
brittle.
were saying
Remember,
at
he
the
has to.
time. He was at the pinnacle of his career. He hadn't fought
That's what he
Pacquiao at the
said.
time. He didn't. Mayweather. There was still a lot of fights he didn't take yet. And you're saying at that time, with Spence with 2 fights in, Mayweather was past his prime. He was old. Guys, can you hear when we break it down? You can hear the crazy talk. It makes no sense.
How old was he when he fought Spence? You tell me.
Okay, let me ask you this one quick question then. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna give him the answer, a lifeline. Name me any fighter that you know, any fighter to this day that has 2 fights in a game. Name a fighter. You wouldn't even take him serious if he only had 2 fights. We will never know about the guy until he's at least like Rolly with 15 or so fights. We're not hearing anything under 10. You only got 2 wins, sir. What do you mean? Think of it. You only got 2 fights. We don't know you, buddy. You don't even got 5. A guy with 2 fights beats Mayweather in sparring, sir, and now has all of the fucking belts. Is running. He's also went on to be known as the boogeyman. He went on to be known with the best jab and a body snatcher, putting people in the hospital, breaking bones. Are you not hearing this? How could you have a weird theory? It makes no sense. I can see if his resume went on to be, mediocre. He's still a good guy, but the guy's at the top of the food chain.
Not really. Yes, the fight, but there's no clear winner at welterweight right now. There's no linear champion. There's no ranking magazine champion. It's still up for grabs.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You must understand what channel you're on. This is Ebony Republicans. Listen, what you said makes no sense because Mayweather could not consolidate the belts himself. And he still walks away with being the greatest of all times.
So
it doesn't matter if Spence can't get the last belt. You just said he's not the best because he doesn't have all the belts. You don't need all of the belts. Gervonta don't even want a belt. And he'll be considered one of the greatest of all times.
No,
That's
he
what we're
won't.
showing you. We're
Are
going
you
back to real
crazy?
boxing.
No, he won't.
We're going
Gervonta
back
will
to real
not be seen.
boxing. Listen, we're going back to real boxing where people didn't really care about a belt. Niggas wanted to fight the best guy out there.
And when's the last time
fight you at the
Gervonta did
barbershop.
that?
We'll fight you at the press conference. Oh, men.
When is the
Men
last
who
time
made
Gervonta did
us in
that?
the 80s and 90s, 60s, real fucking guys. Spence is one of those guys.
Oh my
He beat
Lord.
Mayweather. He beat everybody at 147, and Crawford is running from us. We can't catch him.
Oh my Lord. You are wilding, bro. You said
Crawford
Tank is
didn't
going to be
run?
one of the best of all time?
Wait.
Is that
Crawford
what you
didn't
just
run?
said?
Crawford didn't run.
No, he did
Did
not.
Crawford run, yes or no?
No.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why would Steven Espinosa say he blindsided us? What was he talking about? For an interview or for a fight? Why did he say that? Steven Espinosa, the face of Showtime, not PBC. Steven Espinosa, why would he say he blindsided me? Crawford.
Because he didn't know about BLK Prime.
Okay, isn't that not walking away from the fight? If Steven Espinosa don't know what you're doing, did you not just walk away?
No. He had to get a fight in this year.
Why not tell Steven Espinosa that? He's a business partner. He ain't got nothing. He ain't did nothing to you with Al Heyman and them. Why not tell him, sir? I'm gonna have to just get back to you another time. Why have that man saying we waited
He
2
was
weeks
talking
for a
to Al Heyman
response
about the hedge fund,
just to
and
figure
they were
out
not
that you got
budging.
to fight? All right, let me ask you a question. Do you respect Bozy Ennis?
100%.
Did you know that he said yesterday that Spence really wants this fight? And he said if he was Crawford, he would have never did what Crawford did.
Well, he
What do
will
you
never
think
be
about that?
Crawford, and he can't say that because he was never in his shoes. He never had a choice to make $10 million off a fight, so he can't really talk for Crawford.
You think Crawford made 10 million?
Of course, he made 10 million.
Man, you are the biggest troll, bro. You probably masturbating right now, aren't you?
Hey, yo, what?
You're bullshitting us. This guy's a troll.
What are you talking about,
You
bro?
on a Howard Stern, baby. We know you, man. You
You're
are a goddamn troll.
you're aerosexual. Like,
Earl sexual. And I knew that language was coming next.
this guy said
Boxing,
I
hey, look,
masturbate.
boxing
Yo,
nerd,
what the
bro. I
hell?
respect you, bro, because you like to have a good time. I get it. At you, but you can find somewhere else to play, bro. We do this for real. This guy's a troll. He's a bullshitter. Come on, tell the people the truth. You came up here to BS us, didn't you? Didn't you? I didn't want to do my guy like that, you know? He's cool, but I'm not going to play with you. We ain't doing that. I'm telling this nigga straight facts. I'm giving him a shot. I'm telling this nigga straight facts. I'm giving him an opportunity to look at what we're doing. He's continuing to say, I got a weird theory. Why would you have a weird theory? He's weird. You see, these people are weird and they're trying to muddy and weird up boxing. You can tell them every single detail, they will still philosophically create the narrative. He ends this by saying he got 10 million. Y'all know he didn't get 10 million. Y'all know he's ducking. Y'all know if me, you, Under Armour is about to do a deal, and Under Armour comes out and say you blindsided them in this deal, not me. What does that tell you? It tells you that you did bad business. If Bozy Ennis said, I would have never did what Terrence Crawford did, what does that tell you? It's bad business. It made no sense. Guys, some of us are somewhat educated. Somewhat educated. Not saying we got PhDs or we got degrees in journalism and broadcasting, because I know I don't. I know I'm a great orator. I like to give public talks. I've done in church, on the train, etc. Graduations. But come on. Are we serious here? I'm not going to do this with you guys. We got a whole world to save out there and bring boxing back. But this is what I wanted. So I want to thank Boxing Nerd. Give him, this fucking guy a good, give him a slice of pizza. You're a good guy. But you need to be baptized. You need to change your sinful ways. You're delusional. I respect the game, man. And a guy like Pacquiao, his word goes a long way with me. He's never shown me any other reason why I should not respect his opinion. Bozy Ennis, Kenny Porter, Ishmael Salas, and many, many others. Breaking news, Spence has this weekend to announce the Thurman fight, or there's big, big trouble. AAR says that he's got to announce that fight, or else there's big, 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 big trouble. Why would you say that? What gave you that idea? Because everybody wants to hear this news, but I think that they're working on something else. And I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. Crawford is going to forever be called a duck. And what made him a duck is that individuals who are credible, and this is the only reason why, and I respect it. It's a huge platform. I respect boxing ego. Huge platforms. I'm not getting into blue bloods. I know what side of the fence he's on. How could you not? You work for BLK Prime. Did y'all not hear that? It's like asking Jeff Mayweather who's better than his nephew. He can't say nobody. Come on. What kind of shit is this? It's about time we got some fresh language on this damn boxing game. Now we're gonna do the benediction. Ah, man, let me get a sip of water. See, that shit, guys. I like this guy, Boxing Nerd. You're gonna help my channel out. When people figure out there's people like you out there who's spewing this foolishness in boxing, they're gonna want to stay as far away from anywhere that you visit. Now, notice this guy. I was on IOTBA. I was about to slap him up, and I was introducing myself to the public. Io said, "Yo, chill, Ebony. I got this. Nigga, shut the hell up. Get the hell out of here. Boom, boom, boom." I'm like, "Yo, bro, you was on my channel before." "No, I don't know you. I'm saying this nigga out here playing, bro. Who can forget your icon? What the fuck you mean, fam? Do you see he's part of the guys I'm telling you about? They want you to see something and say you didn't see it. That's that guy. That's that guy. He's probably a Terrence Crawford stalker. He probably thinks about Terrence. He's the type of guy to call up and just be goofy, act like he's involved, and next thing you know, he shout out some crazy shit in a movie theater. This boxing nerd. And he got 101 next to him. Come on, guys. Nobody would even. You better take that damn 101 and put up their 911 because your ass need help. You crazy, fam. I would like. Let me see what this nigga channel is. Oh boy, what, bro? You look, man. You know what? I'll be honest with you, bro. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna beat you down, brother. I just wish that you get a life or a dream. They got them ducks in there. If Spence avoids Thurman for whatever reason, it's a duck, my man. Well, I'll tell you what. Thurman would be the original duck. Let's just start there. You know how we do. We start off with a jab. I'm going to entertain AAR before the benediction because he's coming out with some fresh language. And I don't know if anybody heard that. Did anybody else hear that Spence has been ordered to fight or at least announce the Thurman fight this week or else? I didn't hear that. And I usually get things pretty quick. Where did you get that from? And if you can't remember, that's okay. I'll tell you like this. Thurman is the original duck, and why Spence don't want to even entertain it. Most people know when they tell you about Thurman and Spence, they go, well, I hope he takes it. I know what he said when Thurman wasn't even in his path. He said this, and we all knew why. Even myself, I said, please, Spence, fight the guy. I got videos on him and Thurman fighting, at least 5 of them, where I was the first one before Blue Bloods. He even came out and alluded to me that I was tripping because I told everybody that they was going to franchise champion Spence. He was going to remain with the WBC belt. They would intervene and step in and cause him to fight Thurman. Go back and check my timeline and then look at his timeline when I start mentioning Thurman. And I'm a small channel. I saw it ahead of time. I be at Spence fight. And yes, I keep up with what's happening in Dallas. Not only Spence. I'm not going to get on here and say something that I don't know what I'm talking about. I asked this man, just think of it, boxing nerd. I said, how does Crawford beat Spence? What does he say? Footwork. Footwork. Then after the footwork, countering. You're going to counterpunch Spence. Even Bozy Ennis and Boots didn't say that. That's stupid. They said that they would, if I asked this question to them, they gave me an answer. Guys, listen to the language. When Bozy was asked, what would you do to Spence to beat him? He said, we would play his game. We would go in there and we'll walk him down. He throw body shots, we throw body shots. We'll play his game, but we'll do it better. That's giving me an answer. So you're telling me, if you're Bozy, that your jab is going to beat his jab that night. Yes. And then your body work is going to beat his body work. Okay. And then you're going to add to it because you have got power in both hands, and you're going to begin to switch hit and tee off on Spence. Is that me? They're probably going to say yes. Okay, cool. Now let's take that apart. But they gave me an answer. When I asked him for an answer, he tells me footwork. And I say to him as a rebuttal, well, what happened with Mayweather's footwork? If that's what we're looking at, people with good footwork and defense, he couldn't do it. Leonard Ellerby was there. He said, you better have something to keep him off you. He didn't say you better have feet work or footwork, because that ain't going to help you. He saw that Mayweather got the best in town and couldn't keep the nigga off him. So what makes you think that Crawford is going to get in there and do the Hollywood shuffle? Muhammad Ali. Dude, stop. I didn't mean to just throw you off the channel, but don't fool around with me on this channel. I got it. No, people don't want to hear that. Nobody came on. I'm not on here trying to find somebody to stay up with me and talk in Seattle. God damn it. This channel is growing. Tomorrow they're going to listen to this shit. When they see it, they know what's going on. We're feeding them now. Real information is coming out. Not all this weird shit. I ain't got no weird theories for you, man. I ain't got no damn weird theories. I can tell you what the hell I know. Now, AR, I know you done ran. He talking about if Spence don't fight Thurman, he's a duck. Oh, man. Oh, man. You know what? You're right. I am a fanboy. And so is my kids. My kids love Errol Spence too. Even my baby mama. My wife. Honestly, go and ask my kids right now who's the best boxer at 140. They're going to tell you Spence. And they tell you why. They seen his fights. We've been to the fights. I'm not just a YouTuber who talks shit supporting none of these boxers. That's what y'all doing. I got to put respect on IOTBA name. He was there to ask the nigga the question about the sparring. Guys are out here doing the work. That's why I don't never say nothing about Blue. At least Blue, if he's going to be a guy who speaks for Crawford or you speaks for Boots, I'm not telling you I can't have you on this channel. For sure, bro. You can do a presentation. I like Boots. I like Crawford. I'm not going to argue who can win. Then if you go, I'll let you go at them other boys. I'll stay out of it. But I'm a real guy. 100% duck of who? Thurman? Spence wouldn't duck Thurman. Spence wouldn't duck Thurman. I'll tell you what would happen though. Spence, if he fights Thurman, because I love Thurman, he's a good guy. Thurman would give Spence some great work. But I'm sorry to tell you, because of his body, I'll talk to you. I'm not gonna act crazy on you. I'm not gonna do weird shit. Let me tell you how we beat Thurman, since you want to go there. The first round, Thurman knows, don't trade with me to start with. Run, you're gonna keep trying to reset, get different angles, and do pop shots. We know what you're gonna do. Like Danny Garcia, we're gonna put a stiff jab on you so you can't leap as much, little froggy. And we're gonna immediately cause you to know that you're in the ring with the big fish. We're going to start off with a work rate of 68, possibly 7 on your frail running ass. And we're going to walk you down. We're going to chase you and beat you out of the ring with at least 35 a round of body shots. Did you hear what I said? His work rate is about 60, 62 right now. Some say 65. We're going to throw at least from round 1 to 4, 35 body shots at Thurman. We might catch you early, but I hope you last and I hope you give us some work, because in the 5th and 6th round, when your face look discarded almost, and people are saying he's never been busted up like this, and that jab and them uppercuts, because I know you're going to block, and you're not stronger than your Denis Ugas. I know you're going to block. Thurman going to block. Thurman going to put, you already know, he going to put his gloves up almost in a high guard, stuff his face in it, leaving them ribs open. You are, guys, can you see it? We're going to whoop them ribs 1 or 2 times, and and that hook is going to send his ass like a golf ball across to nighty night. I'm telling you. Thurman biggest problem is that body, and he's the body snatcher. Nobody ever said that Sean Porter or Kell Brook or Eudanis Ugas was weak in the body. The only one that we know, and Pacquiao hit you with a body shot, and others did. Oh boy, he just fought Alistecas. He was doing work in it. He was fighting, son. Don't put some respect on that young nigga name, bro. He lost to Javante too, but that nigga was fighting Thurman, bro. And you know good and well, AAR. See, they don't like when I do this because I'm the real painter. I'm the real painter. I paint the best pictures for you. You know it. And Keith Thurman will retire the way he needs to retire. Finally got Earl. And he's gone. And you'll have them making excuses, but we're not trying to hear it. My man got 1 loss. I'm not trying to hear that has-been shit and none of that crap. Now put his ass in the bottom of the deck. We're finished with him. Moving right along. We're not talking Thurman tonight. Thurman's not this today. Let's do the benediction, guys. Y'all bow your heads. The greatest 147-pounder of all times is going to go through a treacherous road in a ship through thin walls of glacier ice, shit falling and everything like that. But we got to keep on sailing through here for the winter solstice. Spence is going to mop the floor with Thurman, and if we can ever catch Crawford, that guy will receive probably a beating after the bell, after they stop the fight. Crawford, I can see his face now, knotted up, possibly broken ribs. Because I can see Crawford. I've seen him do it before. I see him block. Family, I'm going to tell you something, that Chief. I'm going to tell you something, Chief. When you get clocked in the face a couple of times by Earl, guys, oh my God. Ugas. And you go to block that face. And that nigga, pop, that first two. Oh, shit. Them bitches burn, family. Like when you get shot, them suckers burn on them ribs, bro. He break you down. Mosey said it. And you see Thurman or Crawford take them first two shots. I'm talking about the first two. That's about to end their night. You know when he hit you, because you saw it when Ugas, when he finally hit him with that uppercut, you knew the orbital was broke. When he hit Sean and that nigga neck turned like that, I knew the spinal cord cracked. So go back and watch when he hit Porter. Go back and take a look at it. Fam, tell me, when did you see somebody neck turn like that? That nigga almost did a 360, bro. And I bet you they got him checked out. Right. I can see it now. I'm not even going to give you the Thurman because y'all already know that's going to happen. But the moment Bud blocked that face from that stiff fucking jab, that shit, you ever, damn, bro. After the fifth round of that dead jab coming to your face, bro, are y'all hearing me? That after about the fifth and sixth, that shit hurt. The nigga is breaking your bones in your face. Do you hear me? At about the fourth and fifth round, he begins to start busting your shit up in the face. That leads people, and he knows it, to block that face. Because you can't let it, because if he mess up that face, you're gone. You're going to be out. You're going to get a KO. You're going to get a spinal injury like Porter. You're going to get the orbital bone busted up. And a lot of other guys, we only mentioned these guys. You know he put about 4 or 5 other guys in the hospital, right? And the ones we don't know, I'm not sure. But if I can convince y'all one thing and one thing only, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. hits way harder than Terrence Crawford. You can tell by the way the punches come off. I am not telling you that Bud cannot catch you clean and flush and hurt you. I'm not telling you that, because he can. I've seen him do it. But I'm going to use Leonard Ellaby words one more time. He said he puts mental pressure on you. He doesn't make mistakes. He's not sloppy. And he is trying to punish you and break you down for 12 rounds. Leonard Ellaby said that. Leonard Ellaby said that. He said you better have something to keep him off of you. Meaning you don't run from him. He's the bear. You don't run from a bear, dummy. You need some goddamn bear spray, or walk the fuck back up, try to yell at him or push him away, pick up something to throw it. You don't run from the bear. It's worse. They should change his name to the bear, but it's the big fish. Because you know, when they smell blood, that's the end of it. But they would have to run from him. What did the guy tell you when he was sparring with Mayweather? He said he had to jump up on a rope and tell a nigga, stop running. You're making him have confidence. What does that tell you, man? We out of here, family. Y'all know what time it is. Thank y'all for coming by. I'm so sorry, man. Listen, you guys, you're doing a good job. We got, 17? We had about 18 people in here at one time. So the channel's growing. Got about 11, 12 right now. It goes up back and forth to 15. It's really late. You know what I'm saying? Central Time, guys. I just wanted to poly with y'all on a topic, and it turned into me being long-winded. I apologize for that because I know y'all got your things to do. Probably some of y'all up at work tonight. You know what I'm saying? Doing Lyft or Uber or working security or working at TI or Disney. I don't know what y'all out there doing. But respect and shout out to even you detractors and all of y'all. You know, I ain't mad at y'all. I'm just saying I just know y'all tripping. This originally started out by saying Mayweather is scared of Spence. Mayweather ducks Spence. He relinquished the belt so he don't have to fight Spence. Then we moved into Crawford, and then y'all moved into La La Land. So that's how this one's gonna end. All right, fam, more for you coming. Peace out. Shannon Sharp, that boy is wilding, fam.